Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to completely decode the secret playbook of high-yield organic agriculture. We're going to be looking specifically through the lens of the Growing Up International product suite to see exactly how natural biotechnology is redefining what's possible out in the fields. If you've ever felt like you're just fighting an uphill battle with your soil, or maybe pouring money into fertilizers without seeing the return you'd expect, well, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it. Okay, let's kick things off with a wildly surprising statistic. 3% to 15%. That is the meager, tiny amount of nutrients plants actually absorb from standard chemical fertilizers in traditional agriculture. I mean, think about that for a second. That means anywhere from 85 to 97% of the chemical fertilizer farmers apply is just sitting there. It's completely locked away in the soil, wasted, and often causing long-term chemical degradation. It's an incredibly inefficient system, and honestly, it's exactly the problem we're going to solve today. So, here is the roadmap for our masterclass today. 1. The nutrient uptake problem. 2. Building the organic foundation. 3. Early growth and architecture. 4. Peak performance and yield. 5. The golden triangle defense. And finally, 6. Rules for organic success. Starting off with Section 1, the nutrient uptake problem, unlocking the soil. So, in modern agriculture, decades of heavy chemical use have basically left us with poor soil, poor crop resistance, and locked up nutrients. Plants are literally starving while completely surrounded by food they just can't access. The solution here isn't adding more fertilizer. The solution is unlocking the soil. And this brings us to our biological hero of the day. Meet GPL37. I want you to think of this not just as a nutrient, but as a biological decoder. It's an organic chain reaction agent made from natural vegetable extracts. The crucial point is that GPL37 acts as a sort of commander-in-chief, or honestly, a cheat code for your soil. It triggers a virtuous cycle of infiltration, conversion, circulation, and multiplication. It fundamentally shifts fertilizers from being simple, locked-up food to becoming a key that allows the plant to actively read and unlock vital nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, as well as urea, that are already just sitting right there in the soil. When you introduce this multiplier effect using GPL37, that depressing 3 to 15% uptake rate we talked about, it skyrockets to an astonishing 39 to 52%. By just adding this organic chain reaction stimulant, you're making the plant so much more efficient at absorbing what's around it. For a grower, this is a total game changer. It means you can actually reduce your need for traditional compound fertilizers by over 50%, so you're vastly cutting costs while actually improving the soil's ecosystem. And the visual proof of this multiplier effect is just undeniable in the real world. When you compare a standard approach to the GPL37 methodology, the difference in the grassroots is massive. You can literally see the power of that 50% nutrient uptake at work. A deeper, wider, vastly more complex root system translates directly into a healthier, much more resilient plant above ground. Moving right into Section 2, building the organic foundation, focusing on the seed and the soil. We're going to quickly map out the plant's journey so you know exactly how to guide our biological hero to peak performance. We start with the seed, move through the critical early nursery stage, hit the vital 6th leaf node milestone, and finally reach the ultimate goal, flowering and fruiting. Okay, so here are the exact actionable steps for stage 0. First, we need to detoxify the environment using a soil conditioner called Lynx soil. What this does is it binds salts into larger molecules and basically washes them away from the root area, literally turning barren wasteland into fertile fields. You apply it to soil that's been sprinkled with water about 2 to 3 centimeters deep, and then, and this is absolutely vital, you must wait 24 hours before sowing. While the restoration starts in just 2 hours, a full soil detox actually takes 3 to 5 days. Meanwhile, to trigger that early germination and robust vitality, you soak your seeds in the solution of GPL37 diluted at 33 cc's per 100 liters of water. You're essentially energizing the plant's genetic material before it ever even touches the earth. Section 3, early growth and architecture, building the anchor. In these early days, we really want to build a powerful internal delivery system for the plant. During the nursery stage, we pair GPL37 with Link Root. This combination powerfully promotes rooting and germination, making sure the plant builds the deep anchors it's going to need to support the huge energy demands to come. Then, as the plant grows, we hit a truly fascinating milestone, the 6th leaf node. This marks the transition to complex maturity. Here, we actually switch to a mix of GPL37 and Link Flora. Link Flora goes right to work managing cell division and bud differentiation, prepping the plant's internal architecture for reproduction. Section 4, Peak Performance and Yield. This is the heavy lifting phase. Let's walk through this critical timeline. First, 1 month before the blossom, you apply Link Flora to stimulate robust bud differentiation. Then, 7 days before and after the blossom, you apply GPL37. Why? Well, because it specifically straightens the flower handle, which ensures a perfectly stable flow of nutrients right to the bud. Moving into the young fruit period, Link Flora is used again to maximize the fruiting rate and actively prevent fruit drop. Finally, during mid-fruit development, applications focus on hypertrophy, meaning size increase, optimized coloring, and maximum sugar accumulation.
And the results of this highly specific timed gene regulation, they're incredible. When you apply this methodology, the ultimate benefits are immense. We are talking about substantial yield increases, a production boost of anywhere from 20% to an unbelievable 200%. Not only that, but because the plant is pulling in up to 52% more nutrients, you get superior crop quality and incredibly enhanced flavor profiles. I mean, it's a win-win.
Section 5, the Golden Triangle Defense, basically the plant vaccine. But of course, as we all know, a plant bursting with energy and fruit becomes a very attractive target for pests and diseases. So we utilize what's called the Golden Triangle Defense. This is a brilliant synergy between a few non-toxic products, primarily Linchnopest Plus and Link Algae, which is a specialized diatomaceous earth. When you combine the oily protectant of Linchnopest Plus with the highly porous, sharp structure of Link Algae, a biological reaction occurs. Together, they naturally produce tannic acid inside the plant. This tannic acid acts as an essential trace element that strengthens the hardness of epidermal cells. It's effectively giving the plant a protective cellular face membrane against harsh weather, while simultaneously using a completely mechanical defense, suffocating, cutting, and dehydrating invading pests completely without the use of toxic chemicals. Looking at our tactical protection strategy, you'll know exactly how and when to deploy this biological shield. For normal, everyday protection, you dilute the formula 500 times, so that's about 200 cc per 100 liters, and spray every 7 to 15 days. But if you're facing an active pest outbreak, you increase the concentration to a 250 times dilution and apply it much more frequently, every 3 to 7 days, to break the reproductive cycle of the pests. Section 6, Rules for Organic Success, the final playbook.
We've covered the science, the timeline, and the defense. Now consider this your essential pocket guide. First, the synergy rule. Always pair fertilizers with GPL37 to decode the soil and prevent wasted investment. Second, the Golden Triangle rule. Regularly use your natural protectants to build that tannic acid immunity. Third, the frequency rule. Frequent, lower dose applications maintain the plant's biological momentum far better than one massive heavy dose. But guys, the absolute most crucial takeaway here is the stomata rule. Plants absorb these incredible materials through their stomata, the tiny pores on their leaves. These pores close up tight during the heat of the day to conserve water. Furthermore, spraying an oily protectant like Linchnopest Plus in temperatures over 35 degrees Celsius can cause severe sun injury. You literally must only spray in the cool evening or at dawn, when the plant's pores are wide open and ready to inhale those nutrients.
When you master these natural cycles, the ultimate reward is a vibrant, robust, high-yielding harvest that is entirely chemical-free. By shifting away from synthetic overload and trusting the biological chain reactions that nature already designed, we can heal the soil while producing way better food at lower costs with higher yields. So, as we wrap up this masterclass, I want to leave you with one final thought. You now have the blueprint to unlock the massive hidden potential right beneath your feet. The tools are there to shift your agriculture from a constant, expensive battle against nature into a really powerful partnership with it. The only question left is, are you ready to start a chain reaction? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this empowers you to rethink your approach to growing.